It doesn't matter how many people's life you impact, as soon as you impact one. It's all about realizing what your story is or your purpose is and just refining it over time. My name is Taofeek Abijako, and I'm the creative director of Head of State, a contemporary men's and women's wear clothing line based in New York. I spent half of my life in Nigeria, half of my life in the US. So I think what we try to do with the clothing aspect is exploring that middle ground. One of the many ways we look to explore that is by referencing things from back home. The clothing is this middle ground between exploring my upbringing in Nigeria and also my assimilation to Western culture. A piece of Head of State clothing can look quite foreign but also familiar at the same time. So it could be a utilitarian piece that people are accustomed to Western wear, but the silhouette is actually more reminiscent of a traditional Yoruba attire, which is the language I speak. There's a way you can come up with a new language when you explore middle ground. That's the goal for the brand, especially with the clothing. It's how can the clothing itself be that new language? During my senior year in high school in 2016, I launched Head of State. Originally, it wasn't intended to be a clothing line. It was the original intention was to launch a non-for-profit architecture firm. First project I wanted to tackle was building a water system in Lagos. And then how do I fund that project is through selling clothes. The process of putting together that portfolio made me realize I can actually build something there. We use the for-profit aspect, which is the clothing aspect, to fund all these initiatives we're interested in. We go into these communities and try to help them any way, tackle whatever problem it is that's in place. We don't go into these communities to take over those initiatives. What we do is we partner with people who are already doing the dirty work and use the visibility that the brand has to make sure those projects get done. And I do think that's my purpose at the end of the day with all of this. The same way we work with the community, I try to keep the same way of working internally. I want things to feel like we're all having a conversation and I'm just another contributor to the conversation. I do think that's what a healthy work environment should look like. I feel like I come here and hang out with my friends and make clothes. It's literally what it is.
He's the same age, so it feels like we're all working with friends.
When your boss cares about you, you care a lot more about your work. He's probably one of my 3 best friends in New York City.
Wow, I thought it was one of your 3 best friends in general.
Best friends in the world, period.
I do want to look back decades from now and just realize all the people I spoke about during my fashion show, lookbook, those people felt like their life has been impacted. That will be my ultimate satisfaction.